My greetings to you all again. It's my privilege to come in front of you to speak on another important topic, which is entrenched in our Constitution. It is the right to life. Among the various series of talk that we have given before, this is also a very important and very significant in terms of understanding ourselves. When you talk of right to life, which is the topic for today, we are going to speak on the meaning of the fundamental right of an individual under our Constitution. Immediately, we need to know what is the meaning of the right to life, which is so fundamental in our Constitution. The right to life is an important gift that we have got from God, which nobody has got the right to take it away. We need to maintain it, preserve it, and actually see to it that everyone enjoys the right to life. In my presentation, we are going to see what is the fundamental right of an individual under the Constitution of Mauritius, mainly Section 4 of our Constitution. Section 4 provides protection of right to life, and this is the most fundamental right of an individual under our Constitution. Then we have to understand what is the meaning of right to life, because this is the basic. If we have to understand that why we are here, what are we doing on earth, what are our purpose and all that, whatever we think of, it begins with our right to life. It is a right to live. Secondly, one should not kill another person. These are two interrelated concepts. One is our fundamental right to live, and no one has any right to kill us or to kill another person. This has been entrenched very clearly in our Constitution in Section 4. There are debates on issues such as capital punishment. What is capital punishment? It is considered as immoral. We have got in working situations, or we have got criminals in the prison, or we have got people who have been accused or alleged to have committed something wrong, and they are being sanctioned, they have been actually meted out with capital punishment, which is considered as immoral. Immoral in the sense it doesn't have any moral values. It doesn't have a sense of dignity and respect to an individual, which has been provided in our Universal Declaration of Human Rights by the United Nations in 1948. So capital punishment is one of the very serious infringement of a people's self-respect and dignity. Therefore, it also goes in capital punishment. If death is committed by this, it is considered as immoral. The next point that is also a debate on an issue like this is abortion. What is abortion? An unborn fetus to be ended prematurely. Many times, for obvious reasons, we have got, maybe the law provides on special circumstances to end a life prematurely. But in normal circumstances, the law does not allow. It is forbidden to end an unborn fetus prematurely. This is abortion, which obviously many of the countries of the world are against this. This is also considered to be maybe irreligious and immoral as well. The next important point that we have to consider about right to life, situation may arise concerning euthanasia. We always say that a person who got brain damage, he is not able to respond positively, constructively, he doesn't have any cognitive sense, then that person is not able to respond to the way of life, and he is not fit actually to live a normal life. In such a situation, euthanasia becomes a very a dilemma. It's a problem that one has to resolve. And it is obviously an ethical issue which need to be decided and to be actually carried out, whether euthanasia could be a possible solution to the problem where we have got a patient with brain damage or he's become a cabbage. That's how we call it in normal sense. So it is a decision to end one's life outside natural means. We have to die. If we are born naturally, we are obviously, the end is to die naturally. But this is something, a situation that is forced upon on medical grounds. Many doctors, they find good reason to end someone's life outside natural means because it is found that it is of no worth to continue give the person a sense of living when he is not responding to the natural sense and he is not able to comply to what is actually to be a normal living a person should be. Then we have got police brutality. We have got a lot of cases throughout the world on infringement of a person's right to live. When we have got police brutality, it means that it is a discretion that the police has taken upon himself or herself to be able to infringe, to actually be brutal in the terms of sanctioning a person, whoever it is, for having committed anything wrong or right, whatever it is, but it is left to the absolute discretion of the police. And if he goes beyond what is the normal, reasonable sense of sanctioning a person, then it becomes a police brutality. So in that sense, the police or the doctor or anyone else is not permitted, is not allowed to take life of any other person without obviously his consent or with the respect or due dignity of a person. We cannot do that. Section 4.1, again referring to our Constitution, no person shall be deprived of his life intentionally. This is very important. The word intentional is mainly found in criminal law, which we call mens rea. The intention is described in this following manner, that a person is committing the act, is actually committing the act. If he's assaulting someone or he is taking an instrument to kill a person, then he is actually committing the act. That's what is intention. The intention is again developed to a higher level of understanding, means that he has intended the result to happen. For example, if somebody has got a sharp knife and he is stabbing a person, so it means that he is intending a result to happen, means causing bodily harm or to cause harm to the extent that the person may lose his life. Then thirdly, he has foreseen the result to happen, in the sense that if he is stabbing the person, he has foreseen, he knows that the foreseeability of his action is that I want this result to happen. So he has foreseen it, that this person will be bleeding or maybe bleeding to death, or he'll be hurt to such an extent that he will lose his life. It is foreseen. Then finally, he was virtually certain that the result will take place. Means that he is almost certain that when I'm going to stab him or to assault him, this is the result that I'm expecting and it is going to happen. So in that way, what is intentional? These are the four key elements in understanding what is meant by intentional. So if a person is intentionally depriving the life of another person, it means that he is trying to take away certain very fundamental right of a person, right to life. We come to section 4, subsection 2. What does it mean? Death may be justifiable under certain following circumstances. What are those circumstances? First of all, we say that everyone has got a right to life. Secondly, we have spoken about right to life in terms of certain circumstances on which people can define how right to life has been infringed. Then we are looking at section 4.2 in the sense to look at why death may be justifiable, but under these following circumstances. Let's say we have got for the defense of any person from violence. There are two persons fighting, and you find many instances are there. There is a weaker person, and he is being actually assaulted in a way that, is causing harm to that weaker person. So what do we have to do? When we are actually defending that person from bodily harm, then we find that it is actually justifiable that we should take action to defend that weak person, and in the process, if the other person dies, we call it indefense. The next point is that if the property of another person is actually being damaged, or it is not being looked after, or somebody has come to disturb, to damage that property, then in defense of that, we are justified in actually, if ever, we are not doing intentionally, it is in defense of actually preserving that property, then this is a justified stand of any person. Police obviously effects lawful arrest. If the police has got a warrant, a police has got approval, authority, and it is duly done in the course of his employment of action, then this is a lawful arrest. And in the lawful arrest, if there is any resistance, then it may be possible that the police can be justified in taking action that may result in the loss of the life of the person, of the victim. Then we have got to prevent the escape of a person detained. Many times we've got prisoners who are being carried from one place to another, and for one reason or another, they try to escape. In the process of escaping, many times it happens that the police takes action, and the action can be harmful, detrimental to the person, but if it can be shown that it was not with malice or bad intention, then it is a justified stand by the police. We continue now, section 4.2. Death may be justifiable still under other circumstances. Number one is to suppress a riot. When we have got a riot, it means that we have got a mob, crowd, that is not regulated, that doesn't conduct itself within a discipline, that jeopardize the security, the harmony of the society. It's a riot. Then it is justified to take action. Insurrection means violent uprising against authority. We have got many instances that we can quote where we have found that people, general people, the citizens, the common people, they stand up. They rise against the authority for many obvious reasons. That's called insurrection. And in the process, if the authority take action and it causes death to someone, it may be proved to be justifiable. Now we have got mutiny. Mutiny is rebellion against authority. This normally happens in the army or in the police force, in the defense force, that there is rebellion against the authority. So all these may take place, but it gives the authority a justifiable reason to take action for the protection of the authorized personnel, and as well of the institution and of the country as well. Next is, death is justifiable to prevent the commission of a criminal offense. In the process, there is a bank robbery going on. A criminal offense is in effect. Now we got to prevent this. So any authority, any personnel empowered to stop, to prevent this crime, and in the process, if there is a loss of life, then it may be proved to be justified. Then obviously, the last one, death as a result of a lawful act of war. During the war, we can say there is no strict discipline about it, and there is bound to be death all over. And in that case, if it is war and we are fighting against the enemy, or the enemy is fighting against us, then we find that death is therefore justifiable. In that way, we have, in this present talk, we have spoken about the right to life as it is provided in our Constitution, Section 4, which is, we have described what is right to life. We have given various instances that we may find situation where right of life have been actually compromised. Then we have looked at justifiable reasons for taking the life of a person. In that way, it's the first fundamental right of any individual under a constitution or in a country. Everyone has the freedom to live without any suppression or any inhibition. He is free to live the way he wants to be, obviously under certain conditions, which we are going to see in our next talk about the certain fundamental rights in our Constitution. Thank you.